Today, we're going to talk about go bags, prepared bags, get home bag, whatever you want to call it. I use it as more of a ready bag, kind of everything I may need type of bag, and it can be a get home bag. There's a lot of things I keep in my truck already that aren't in the bag, so if I were in a need to get home situation and I'm stranded, my truck is dead and things are going crazy, whatever, I'd probably remove some things from the bag depending on what I needed and put some things in that I had in the truck. So that's kind of my setup. Let's take a look. Here is the bag that we're going to talk about today and what I have in it. Other things I keep in the truck, I've got a med kit up there on the headrest, and down here I just keep some things like there's an axe, some straps, some road flares, tarp, tie downs, you name it, change of clothing, tool bag, which I did a video on and that I love from Overland Gear. So let's talk about the bag. All right, let's get started. All right, so to start with, this bag is by a company called Vertex. Make a great line of bags and accessories. I've gone through a few bags in the past. Maxpedition's one of them, one of their sling bags, which is a great bag. I needed more room. At that time I was thinking about just portability and weight, and thought, well, I'd rather keep more with me and take out what I don't need if the time came that I needed to be mobile. So another thing too, I will put links in everything I can that I have in this bag. I'll put links below the descriptions. And so if you want to purchase mostly through Amazon is what I'll have, feel free to do so. Helps the channel, doesn't cost you any more, and we greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to subscribe, like, any comments, we greatly appreciate all of that, and thanks for watching the videos. Okay, so getting into this bag, let's take a look at the outside. It's got some good compartments here on the outside for easy access. Let's start with this side. So here I've got this out of here, it's kind of a tight fit. I've got an Nalgene. It's a stainless bottle. I picked stainless for a reason. You can use it if you needed to boil water. I have a little burner set up with a fuel can, so you can heat up, boil water, heat things up, what have you. And this will allow me to do that. I do have some other things to use in that regard too, but if you're going to have a water bottle, why not? Especially if you're not too concerned with weight. If you're concerned with weight, you might want to go with a different type of material. All right, so, and I also use this Nalgene bottle for more capacity for storage. So if it's not being used, obviously there's some storage there that you can throw some things in, just some odds and ends. There's a knife sharpener and a little spoon, because I have food in this bag I'm going to be showing you. There's just a little spork, I guess you would call it, to eat freeze-dried food. Some repellent, insect repellent, which is always good. It's kind of seasonal, more for the summer, spring, and early fall. Let's see here, we have some little AAA and AA batteries. You can't have too many batteries, that's for sure. So just a few odds and ends I throw in there. One thing I like to do is I like to compartmentalize my gear, my contents within my bag, so that I'm not looking all over the place to find it. I kind of know, I have it sectioned off on where things are. So this is the exception to the rule. It's just kind of odds and ends in here. Okay, now let's go to the other side. All right, this is symmetrical. Also, by the way, in this pouch, there's also another little area. And because I have the bottle in here, it presses hard against here, so I really can't put a lot in this pouch. So I've got some very thin things. I've got a little face covering You know, for today's world, that's a little bit more important than it has been. I used to use them on like motorcycles and stuff, especially when it's the high pollen count days. It helps a little bit. Then there's just some oil wipes if you are carrying any kind of security, handguns, that kind of thing. It's good to have something to help clean while you're in the field. Anyway, that's it on that. Not a whole lot on that side. This side, because I'm not using this pouch really, this expandable pouch, I've got more in this section here. And what I've got this dedicated to is a power source. So this is a 24,000 milliamp hour, I believe, power bank. And it's got solar capability, so it can recharge itself on solar. It's not the most efficient, but you know, it's better than nothing. So, and these things keep a charge forever. I mean, full charge, I probably charged this thing 2 or 3 months ago, and it's still holding basically a full charge. So great product to have with you. Don't have to maintain it all that often. And then in this little section here, I've just got all the cables that go with it to charge different devices. Okay, and one cable, by the way, again, I'll have links for all this. It's one cable has 3 different fittings to it. So, you know, a small USB, micro USB, Apple and Android type connections. So it's good to have multi-purpose components. Always helps. So this goes back in here. There we go. All right, now let's go with the top. Little, again, quick access compartment. So the things you might need quickly that may use more than other things. Some wet ones, just hand wipes. A little whistle. Use this more for hiking. If you were to really fall and get hurt and kind of incapacitated, you know, it could come in handy. I would hope I'd rarely ever have to use this, but it doesn't take up a lot of space, so why not? Headlamp, very important. Highly recommend a headlamp. Flashlights are very important too. You'll see that I have flashlights in here as well, but a headlamp is very useful, obviously at night, when you need your hands to work on things. Very convenient. Duct tape. Duct tape, knives, flashlights, batteries, they all are, you can't have too much of this stuff. So I've got a small roll of this, and I've got some rubber bands around it, just to have rubber bands. Some people wrap duct tape around various things just to have more duct tape. So especially hikers when they're trying to save space. All right, that's all I have in that pouch. All right, and now let's go to the front. Turned on the light by mistake. All right. Let's go to the front of this bag. All right, so going to the front, you can pull it down or you can zip it. Now this bag, one thing it has is kind of cool. It does have these clips that extend this front out more like a pouch. So if you've got something large you're putting in there, maybe a rain jacket or a helmet, if you're rock climber, whatever, you could put things in there. Okay, so things for quick access. Gloves are always very important. Good to have. Good pair of gloves. Here you can see I've got some battery storage. So I have various batteries in here for what I need. An extra pocket knife, extra fixed blade knife with a full tang for strength. You know, it's a pretty decent knife. This one, it was probably $100–150. So I have better knives, but again, for this type of thing, I like to keep things in here that if I lost them, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So a decent knife. Flashlight, gotta have flashlights. And this is a MOLLE section, by the way. I've got all these kind of woven into, and this was just a little piece I think I got from Maxpedition or somewhere to hold things on a MOLLE. And here's a multi-tool. Again, just It wasn't very expensive. It's a Gerber. I think it was like 35 bucks. But a good little multi-tool. I have a better one in the truck. But again, it's like everything else. It's good to have more than one whenever possible. Okay, so that's the front. Easy access, quick access. One thing you'll notice too, and I've mentioned this in other videos, I believe, I like to replace the pulls on most of my bags with these Maxpedition pulls. Love these things. They're very well made. They're not that expensive, and a lot of times I'll replace what comes with the bag with these. They weren't bad that came with the bag, but I just like these better. Okay, that leads us to the main compartment of this bag. All right. All right, here's the main compartment. So starting here, I've got a couple Sharpies, different colors. I got a green, I got a black. You know, if I need some kind of a contrast in different colors, I've got it. Here's some hand sanitizer. I think I picked this up at a trade show or something, but very compact, convenient. Another pocket knife. Again, two's better than one in many cases. This section here, there's two good sections you can see through, which is nice. I like that. And here I've got my water supply components. This is just really tablets for hydration tablets to put in water. Gives you a little nutrition here. That's all those are. And then I've got my filtration system here. It's just a little Sawyer. Love this thing. It works great. I've got bags that you can take water and pour through or pour in, or this thing will also screw onto a standard water bottle. So very convenient for that as well. I always carry water in the truck. I usually have a full or an empty water bottle in there as well. And then I've got some purifying tablets as well. I think I need those in addition to the filtration. All right, next pouch. This is a few little odds and ends. This is geared more, some of it's more towards winter. Hand warmers. This is now early spring. I could take these out, but hand warmers, kind of a seasonal item. A little thin, little emergency blanket. It's all year round. It's used a lot in the winter, but it could be used all year round. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. Good for protection. Could, you know, if you're out in the elements, it could give you some protection as well. And then a couple face masks. Used to just think these would hardly ever be used. Now they're used obviously daily. At the timing of this, at the time of filming of this video. All right, so now the main area up here. I've got a microfiber towel, which has many uses as a towel, as a rag, as you know, a lot of things. Paracord, used a million different uses for paracord. They even make paracord that has, in fact, I think this has wire in there for electrical purposes, so you could actually strip out some of this copper wire and use it. So multi-purposes. This was a little bit more expensive than regular paracord, but it's got other things that it can help you out with. In my case, I wear contacts, so here's an old pair of my glasses. So if I ever got into a point where contacts were bad, I do carry an extra pair of contacts as well. I've got an emergency pair of glasses if need be. Bivy, emergency bivy, two-person bivy. So again, just for protection. If you needed it out in the elements, it's something that stores up nice and small for an emergency. This little guy, this is a mosquito net for your head and face. You know, you may be in a situation where you need something like this. I threw it in there just because if you are around a lot of bugs, it would be very important to you, but probably will hardly ever have a need for this. It depends on where you live, but it could be something that would be beneficial. This is kind of a little boo-boo kit, not a med kit, but just basic little stuff. You know, Q-tips, extra contacts, a little bit of little bit of sunblock, some more wet ones, chapstick, some medication for cold meds, basic little medication, Anacin, that type of thing, Advil. That's about it. Some rubber bands, some solution for my contacts, just minor little things. In fact, probably need to throw some Band-Aids in there too, make it a real little boo-boo kit. So, basic little things all in one little pouch. Now, going to looking at food. Sometimes you just need some calories, especially if you're in very cold weather, you're trying to stay warm. Putting calories in you is a must. And these little energy bars have 4,000 calories a piece. So these are fantastic as far as pumping calories in you, taking up very little space. These are great. And if you just want little snacks, Cliff bars are great. They have pretty good shelf life, and they're good in a crunch. So again, I use this bag sometimes as I may grab it just for a quick snack, or it's here for emergencies as well. Okay. Now, as far as preparing food, as I mentioned earlier with the Nalgene bottle, I also have a little Totes cup set up here that can also be used to heat up water to be used for freeze-dried food. And with it, I've got an MSR burner, okay, that connects to the MSR fuel tank. And again, about compartmentalizing things, I've got all my fire stuff in here. These are little fire starters. Got a little lighter. The lighter doesn't work, I got the little fire stick here, and it does work. I've tried it, I've tested it out. You definitely don't want to test it out when you really need it the first time. And then the canister with the fuel for the burner. Okay, so fuel, burner, put it on there, throw some water in there, boil it, and then I have some freeze-dried food in here. I prefer the Mountain House brand. It's a great brand. They make great products, good food. It's not only just good in emergencies, it's pretty good anyway. So if you ran out and you could go into your stash of freeze-dried food, it's not the end of the world. So good products, good food, good for emergency. Use this for camping and overlanding anyway, for something quick and easy. So I have plenty of it, so I just throw a couple bags in here. Other things in this compartment, toilet paper, just in case, you never know. I got some tie-down little straps, plastic straps, and some freezer bags for storage. Every now and then those come in handy for things you wouldn't even think about. So that is the main compartment. That's basically what I have. I'm always kind of rotating things in and out, thinking of new things to put in there, things to take out that I'm not using. So it's kind of an evolving project. Hey, if you've got comments, I'd love to hear them. Some things that you have in your setup maybe that I don't, I need to think about. And if there's things you didn't have that you saw that you liked here, let me know that as well. All right, well, that's going to do it. I hope this was informative. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Any comments, please leave those below. I'll have links to as much equipment as possible. If you decide to purchase, it doesn't cost you any more. I have an affiliate with Amazon, and it helps the channel. So anyway, we appreciate it, and hope to have more videos coming soon dealing with overlanding, camping, and preparedness. So until next time, have fun out there.